Hello team, welcome back. And today we will see how we can install the real-time application on our machines. So although we have seen the multiple real-time application, we have seen the installation of the multiple application like the web server and the other services. But today we are going with the step by step that how you can configure and install the web server on your machines. So this module is specific about the Ansible template. But before starting with the Ansible template, I would like to show you that what is the need of Ansible template. So first, we will hands-on on the real-time application and understand the need of template. We will understand that what are those cases where you need the template and how you can solve these problems with the help of template. We are going to install the Tomcat on our Linux machine. So if you will follow the normal instructions to install the Tomcat on your machine, the instruction will be like you need to install the Java on your machine. After that, you need to download the Tomcat artifact. Then you need to extract the downloaded Tomcat artifact and then you can start your Tomcat. Once your Tomcat will be started, you can open and access your URL over the browser. So these are the steps which any individual can perform to work with the Tomcat. First, we will go to the AWS and we will start a machine on AWS. So here my both of machine are in the stopped state. I will select anyone and start this instance. Until this instance will be started, we will create the playbook which we are going to use to accomplish this task. So over here we created a directory concept of template and here I will create a file install underscore tomcat.yml. Here we will copy some template. So I will simply copy this, paste it here and I will update the things like I'm going to update the name of my playbook. So we have updated the task install and configure Tomcat using Ansible. Now let's define the wheres and right now we are not defining any variable. Let's define the tasks, right? So over here we can define our first task and very first what we will do, we will update all the packages which are present on my machine. So we will say update all packages on machine. Why we are doing this? Because it's necessary. Whenever you are starting with any pre-baked OS, you need to make sure that all the packages what are present on your machine, they must be updated. So over here we are working with the Amazon machine which have the operating system Amazon Linux base AMI. So I don't know that AMI is created 2 months back or 4 months back. So it's my responsibility to update all the packages which are present on that AMI. To update the packages, what you need to do, you can use the command yum, then you can define name. In the name you can define asterisk, it means all the packages. Then you define state. What is the state we need to define? Present, or we can define latest, right? So this is the first task we have done. What is the second task? To work with the Tomcat, you make sure that the Java is installed on your machine. So what we will do, we will create a new task and name it install Java on machine, right? Then to install the Java you can define yum, you can define name, which Java you are going to install. So if you are working with the Tomcat 9 or Tomcat 8, you need to be make sure that minimum Java 8 should be installed on your machine. So let's go to the Amazon and what we will do, we will connect this machine, the first machine, right? And we will see which Java is basically present on this machine if any Java is there. So we will connect this. Let's switch to the root user, clear out the console and type Java hyphen hyphen version. So you can see Java is not default installed on my machine. If you will type which Java, you can see there is no Java, right? So whenever you are going to work with the Tomcat, minimum Java 8 is required on your machine. So if you want to see, I will show you. Let's define download Tomcat. We will go to the Apache Tomcat 9 software download, which is the Apache official site. And over here you are getting the binary, right? You can download the tar, you can download the Windows zip, right? Or you can download the zip. For the Linux operating system, always prefer the tar zip file. You can see this is the link of the Tomcat 9, but Tomcat 10 and Tomcat 10.1 is also available. You can download any Tomcat, but as Tomcat is a Java application, you must have the Java present on your machine. So we need to download the Java first. To download the Java, you need to define a package java-1.8.0-openjdk. Over here, we are installing the Java 8 OpenJDK, right? Then again, we need to define the state. In the state, you need to define present, right? Because we are installing the Java 8. You can also define the latest that will also install the Java 8, right? So we have done two things. First, we have downloaded the packages. Then we have installed the Java. Let's do one thing. Let's execute this much of playbook. So I will copy this. Then we will go to the Ansible controller machine. On the Ansible controller machine, I will go to the Ansible directory and open the Python virtual environment. Right, clear out the console and I will create a file vi install underscore tomcat.yml. Hit enter and let's paste your playbook over here. Let's save this file, and what we will do, we will clear out the console and we will execute this file. So we will execute Ansible playbook and then we will mention the file name install tomcat.yml. Hit enter. We have only one machine running on my Amazon. So it will fetch that machine and it will perform and it will execute this playbook on that machine. So very first it will execute the gather fact, then it will execute the update all packages, then it will install the Java on your machine. So you can see update all packages on the machine is in progress. We have to wait until the execution will be done. There is a one more thing. Let's skip this task, clear out the console, execute the same thing with the double hyphen with double V. So what we are defining with the hyphen VV, we are basically getting the verbose output. What is happening in the system? Let's hit enter. So you can see you are getting the verbose output. Sometimes this kind of output is helpful to see what is happening in the background. So you can see it is installing the Java. So you can see it is updating all packages. That is done. Now it is basically installing the Java. Let's wait until it will install the Java and it will complete your playbook execution. So you can see we are getting this output, right? So here it has installed the package java 1.8.0 openjdk.86 underscore 64, right? This is the complete processing of your packages. This is the complete processing. You can see it is processing a lot of dependencies as well. So with Java, a lot of dependencies are also downloaded and installed on your machine. So these are the list of packages which are installed on your machine, right? There is a long list, right? And you can see the installation is done. Now we will go to the Amazon machine. On the Amazon machine, we will again execute the same command which Java. And this time you can see we are not getting the earlier error. It is basically actually displaying the Java path that Java is installed on this particular path bin Java. If you will execute Java hyphen hyphen version, let's execute Java hyphen version only. See, OpenJDK version 1.8.0 underscore 302 version is installed on your machine. This is the runtime environment which is build 1.8. It means Java 8 and this is a 64-bit server virtual machine. Right, so we are getting that Java is recognized by my system. But here is a catch. Suppose some version of Java like Java 6 or Java 7 is already installed on your machine, right? And you will install the Java 8. So what will happen? Once a particular version of Java, lower version or higher version is already installed on your machine and you are downloading some specific version of Java. Once this kind of condition will be raised, and if you download the Java, a specific version of Java like Java 8, then still Java hyphen version will not resolve your Java. Why? Because some other version of Java is already configured on your machine. So we need to take care that case as well. Why we need to take care that case? Right now the default Java is not present on your machine, but we don't know that in future if the Java default installed on your machine, right? Some version of Java will come default installed on your machine, so we need to take care that case as well. How we can take care that case? So if you are a Windows user or you are a Mac user and you have ever worked with the Java, then definitely you have configured the Java in the environment variable. But over here on the Linux machine, there is nothing like environment variable. You need to set the alternative. So how you can find out that how to set the Java path on your Linux machine? To find it, you can type alternative hyphen hyphen config Java. Hit enter. I think there's a spelling mistake. That should be alternatives. Hit enter and see. We are getting that there is one program that provides Java. If you have the multiple version of Java installed on your machine, right? Suppose you have a multiple version of Java installed on your machine. There's a Java 8. Similarly, you have the Java 7, Java 6, or Java 11 or Java 9. Then you may get the multiple entries over here. But why you are getting this version resolved whenever you are hitting the Java version? Because there is only one Java, right? So in case if you will install other version of the Java and you want to configure that Java as a default on your machine, you need to set the alternative on that particular Java. How we can set the alternative and what is that alternative? So you can see your Java is installed on your bin Java. Let's go to this directory cd bin Java. So let's go to your directory cd. So let's go to your directory cd slash bin. Put ls hyphen l. So you can see you are getting a long list. Let's clear out your console. Again execute the alternative command. Exit out by pressing Ctrl C. Go to the bin and execute ls-l pipe grep Java. What we are doing, using ls-l, we are listing all the soft link or hard link on this particular directory bin. And using the pipe grep Java, we are identifying, we are filtering the record which have the Java associated in the path. So once you will hit this, you can see you are getting that Java is a link. This is a soft link which is pointing to etc alternative Java. If you will go to this directory etc alternative, as I told you that you need to set the alternative to configure the Java and put ls-l grep Java again. You can see that Java is linked to some directory. What is that directory? User bin jvm, then you are getting some path, then you are getting jre bin and Java. So this is the actual location where your Java is installed. This is the actual location where your Java is installed, right? So that you are able to resolve your Java. So what we need to do, we need to set the alternative in our playbook, right? And why we are doing this right now, although we don't need this, but in future if you have some default Java installed on your machine and you want to configure the Java 8 as a default Java on your machine which you have just downloaded, you need to configure the alternative, right? And how we can do that? To configure the alternative, let's define the another task hyphen name set Java 8 alternative on machine. Then you can define the alternatives. Within the alternatives, what you need to define? You need to define the link, that what is going to be the link. What is the link in our case? In our case, link is going to be which Java. This is your link, which is bin Java, right? Let's save it. And what is going to be the path? What is going to be the path? So path is this. Let me show you. Go to alternatives, grep on Java. So this is the path. Simple. Let's copy this and paste it here, right? So we are updating all the packages. We are installing the Java 8, and in this task we are going to configure the Java 8 as a alternative Java, which means we are going to set the path of your Java. So you can see if somebody want to update the Java, they need to update this task. Let's do one thing. Let's define these things over here in the variable. So we are saying Java version, and in the Java version we are defining this value. Now we are defining the another variable like alternative version or alternative path. And what we will do, we will define this value. Correct. Now let's define the path with your variable. So over here we will define the path with the variable. So we will define this path, Java version, right here. Put the double quotes around it, right? And we will remove this and put this variable over here. So these are the things which we have done. Let's copy this and we will go to the Ansible engine, clear out the console, update your file and update your playbook in your YAML. Right, save this and execute your playbook. We are again executing with the hyphen verbose. So it will again execute the gather fact, then it will execute update all packages, it will try to install the Java, then it will set the alternative path. So update all packages and install Java is already done, so you will get the OK, and then you will get the execution on the set alternative path. So we are getting some error and it is saying missing required argument name. Oh, so seems we need to update the playbook. So go to the insert mode again, and over here in your task, go to the insert mode and let's define name. Let's define it Java. Save this, clear out your console, and again execute in the verbose mode. You can see it is executing. Update packages task executing, install Java, setting alternate, and you can see it is done. Right, all the things are done. Because Java alternate was also set on my machine, so it is showing that changed false. And whenever it is installing the Java, it is saying Java OpenJDK is already installed. So this is the basic playbook where we are just installing the prerequisite. Let's end this lecture over here and we will continue the same thing from the next lecture.